Hey guys, so I'm back with another haul, and I just came back from a extended weekend, July 4th weekend vacation holiday to Ohio, which long story as to why I was even vacationing in Ohio. But simply put, I was able to go to the Columbus, Ohio White Barn test store, also known as like the Holy Land of Bath and Body Works White Barn candles, like the super lab with all the test scents. People used to do phone orders from them all the time, but they don't do phone orders anymore. And I scored some of the new fall test candles and fall, just in general, fall candles that came out this past Monday. And so I figured I would haul this. I was there in the area for about 3 days. So I also did buy some SAS spring and slash summer stuff that I'm really excited about, but I'm going to haul that afterwards since the fall stuff is more like pressing and what people want to watch anyways. So I saw all the fall stuff at that store. The White Barn store is in a place called Easton Town Center. It's this huge gigantic mall in Columbus, Ohio, and it's like an indoor and outdoor mall. So they have like a regular indoor section like any regular mall, and then they also have like the outdoor mall setup that you see in like some of the newer malls, and it's just like this huge shopping center. There's 2 Bath and Body Works and 1 White Barn in the mall, so there's like 3 stores in one mall. I'm like, that's crazy. It's like, I guess if you can't find anything at the first Bath and Body Works, you go to the second Bath and Body Works. And if you can't find it there, odds are you'll probably find it at the White Barn Super Lab test store. So yeah, I was super excited. I was like, can't believe I finally have the opportunity to be able to like visit this White Barn super test store location, and I was just super stoked. It's like legit, when you walk into the store you can hear angels sing. It's like the holy land of Bath and Body Works candles. It truly is as amazing as it like sounds, or as I imagine, because you see all these test scents and candles on the internet and pictures and in photos, and you're just like, man, like what is it like to walk into a store that has all the test scents like ahead of time? And it really was as amazing as it sounds, and I'm just like so grateful that I was able to go there. And it's totally thundering, so excuse the rumbling. But yeah, so it's like a new White Barn. So I also have a website called Centizens.com that I'll link in the description box. And I did like a whole like article on a brief history of White Barn stores and the direction they're headed in. And basically, there's like 2 models of White Barn stores. There's like the old ones with like the white walls and the light wood floors. And now they're reintroducing and reinvigorating the White Barn brand. Previously, they closed a lot of White Barn stores down, and now they're like reopening them in a brand new like store model, which is what the Easton Town Center store is like. It's super high class, super high end. It's like really dark and ambient and moody, like in a nice way. It's super modern, and like everything is just like looks gorgeous. There's also like decor items in there. It's almost like a home decor slash candle store. So along with the floor set, they'll have like random decor items that you can actually buy like straight from the floor set, or from the floor setting, or whatever it is. And yeah, so it's like all candles and wallflowers and decor items, and there's like random like placemats and cards and stuff like that. So it's really cool, really neat. It is a little bit different from the usual Bath and Body Works though. It's just not as bright or like fun and like poppy. It is definitely a little bit more like mature. You could even almost say it's masculine because it is so dark and ambient in there. As modern and nice as it is, truth be told, I mean, this could just be like me being like in my habits. I feel like shopping at a Bath and Body Works store is a little bit more fun because when they do the floor sets and the themes for all the candles, you know how they theme everything? There's like huge like props and like paper cutout objects and things like that. Everything's like really made up, and it's sort of like a party, like a themed, you know, floor set. Whereas White Barn is more like a home decor store, so it's a little bit more subdued, and all the fall like collections weren't necessarily like in a themed section. So there wasn't really a sign for Pumpkin Cafe or the We Love Fall collection or the artisan market, they're not really labeled like they are at the like full floor sets that we see at a Bath and Body Works store. And once again, it is a test store and they still work stuff out. It's sort of like a testing ground for all the candles and the floor sets and the theming. So who knows how it's actually going to turn out, but it's a lot more like standard like candles on like a really like upscale store. And even the bags are super like fancy. If I can grab one. So here's like what a bag looks like. It's a little beat up because I had to take it onto the airport. But like there's these strings and they also have like, it looks jank, but it's like tissue paper that has White Barn on it. And super high class, and it's just like a completely different feel from the usual Bath and Body Works store that we are used to. So excited about the direction that they're going in with that. The only concern is I think pricing might be a little bit more higher than we are used to. It was buy two get one free for me for the candles, and then I used a 20% off coupon, and it turned out to be about $12 per candle. Just reading random stuff on the internet, I found that Bath and Body Works test stores, not to be confused with a White Barn test store, but it was a Bath and Body Works test store. They also have some of the fall candles out somewhere in the nation. I don't know where the location was, but those are 2 for $22 instead of buy two get one free. So White Barn definitely has different promotions than Bath and Body Works does. They even also have a different email list that you can sign up for at whitebarn.com, and it is actually pretty different in the way they run promotions. So it's a little weird and obviously more expensive because it is buy two get one free instead of 2 for $22. So yeah, that is a brief explanation on what the White Barn store is. Still gorgeous and blown away by how everything is set up. Also a special shout out to Holly, who is a sales associate at the White Barn store. At that store, she was super nice, like just filled me in on 411 on all the candles and just White Barn in general, and just super helpful and super nice, and just really made the experience enjoyable. So without further ado, let me get right into the actual candles themselves. I'm gonna go in order of collection. So I only bought 6 of them out of like a total of anywhere from 25 to 30. And so I'll just go in order of the collections, and if I did buy one from that collection, I will talk about it. I did smell or sniff every candle, so I feel like I'll just give my first impressions. I did not buy a lot of them. To be honest, I was rather underwhelmed with a lot of the scents just because there weren't really that many test scents or new scents at all. A lot of it was returning and repackaged scents that we've seen before. I'm certainly not going to buy a repackaged scent if I already have it, and because I have to lug it onto the airplane and all that TSA, airport security stuff, I'm not going to lug like 20 candles into my bag and like go overweight and all that crap. So I only did buy 6. I really had to limit myself. So yeah, the first collection is the Fresh Picked collection, which includes Farm Stand Apple, Lemon Mint Leaf, which comes out all the time now. It's in the spring, it's in the fall now, I don't even know. Eucalyptus Mint, which has been there, done that. Heirloom Pumpkin was also there, which was totally pumpkin carving and pumpkin patch in my opinion. It smelled just like it. Autumn Mums, it was just very light and floral, so I did not pick up that. There was also Harvest Peaches, which smelled just like Market Peach to me. I really couldn't pick up whatever that spice or whatever was. Those are all online already, so you can read the notes and the packaging on it. But the one I did buy was the one that I don't think made it wide. I think it's the Lone Test Scent, which is Butternut Squash right here. And the notes on this read, a fragrance inspired by a perfectly roasted butternut squash, generously drizzled with local honey and freshly grated cinnamon. And this sounds super similar to roasted pumpkin butter, as you can see here. This one also has pumpkin patch, whipped pumpkin, toasted cinnamon, and creamy vanilla butter. So it looks like the whole grated cinnamon thing is in both of them, as well as like the whole squash pumpkin thing. But I'm happy to report that this is not roasted pumpkin butter. Roasted pumpkin butter is like straight up peanut butter. This, I bought it because, well, it is the Lone Test Scent that did not make it white, so I wanted to pick it up. And this is so much more like refreshing. and different from all the other like generic pumpkin scents that we get. So like pumpkin is usually like a pumpkin spice where you get the cinnamon, the spices, and the nutmeg in it. It's really bakery and really sweet. This is more of a true pumpkin squash gourd smell, which I really enjoy. A lot of times, like in the fireplace over there, I'll put out like real fall pumpkins and squashes and gourds out, and this smells more like the inside of a real pumpkin and the actual squash and gourd than it does a artificial pumpkin spice smell. So this is truly like a fresh picked squash smell. It was just so different and refreshing that I had to pick it up. So that was Butternut Squash. And that is the Fresh Pick collection. Once again, that is already in most stores and already online. So that was the first collection. The next collection that is, I believe, already on flyers, on the bounce back coupons, is scheduled to come out somewhere in early August, is the Artisan Market collection, which this collection got me most excited because there's so many actually genuinely new scents that aren't repackaged. So I actually bought the most from this collection. And these include Vanilla Chai, which I picked up right here. Super cute packaging. It has like a paper bag feel to it. Truly like artisan. And it also has that galvanized lid similar to the fresh picked ones that we've seen. But they're really attention to detail in like how these stickers actually match the Vanilla Chai right here. And this one reads, savor the fragrance of freshly ground cinnamon, chai spices, sweet foamy local cream, and whole vanilla beans. And this to me does smell like a chai. It's not quite as spicy and sharp as a real like chai latte or chai tea. I think the vanilla foam creamy aspect definitely makes it a lot more creamy and sweet. If I had to compare this to something, I think it's a winner vanilla latte. I don't think this is exactly it though. There's a lot more of the spice and chai in it, but it is very similar to winter vanilla latte. I really hope that it doesn't turn out that when I burn it. But that was Vanilla Chai. I also got Banana Nutmeg Bread Pudding, which is super cute. And this one reads, a scrumptious new spin on the traditional bread pudding recipe. Creamy banana, freshly grated nutmeg, and brown sugar are mixed into a sweet indulgence. And upon smelling this, super cute like yellow wax. This, I do not believe it is, I don't believe it is cinnamon nut bread, which I thought for sure it was going to be, because cinnamon nut bread smell like bananas to me. But this one, the banana pudding aspect is so much stronger. You can actually smell the banana pudding, like it smells like banana pudding. It's really creamy and banana-y. I'm so glad they finally released a true banana scent because I love the smell of bananas for some reason. And this totally nails the banana aspect of it. It smells strong and I really hope it also burns strong. So that was Banana Nutmeg Bread Pudding. Next, I got Blackberry Bramble Tea right here. Sorry for the lighting. This one reads, The Art of Tea. This one reads, The Art of Tea. Sweet and fragrant blackberries combined with a hint of sugar and spice take a cup and saucer to new heights. And this one, God, it smells just like something. It sort of smells like Fruit Loops. I can't pinpoint it, but I feel like I've smelled this candle before. It is not Blackberry Spice from last year, which was super generic and super underwhelming. It was just like a generic like cinnamon spice scent with a hint of like cheap blackberry. This actually has a sort of tea aspect to it. You can definitely smell like the tea in the sort of in the London Calling and Raspberry Sun tea aspect. And then it has a very bright and sweet blackberry. It smells like Fruit Loops to me, or like cereal, and I feel like I've smelled this before, but I'm not sure what it is. But it is not Blackberry Spice. I'm really excited about that. And yeah, in this collection there's also Wasabi Apple, which just smelled like a sharp and intense apple to me. Maybe the wasabi will come out a little bit more when you burn it. As you know, wasabi is like Japanese horseradish that's really, really spicy and green. And I feel like it's just in there to strengthen it rather than to be like, bam, a wasabi candle. So that was that. There was also a bourbon butterscotch, which was a pretty generic butterscotch caramel scent. I didn't feel the need to pick it up just because it smelled like every other caramel butterscotch scent that Bath & Body Works has released in the past. There was also a cayenne caramel. This one, the caramel was definitely very strong. Once again, it's a caramel scent, so I just didn't feel like I needed to pick it up. The cayenne works in the same way that wasabi did in the wasabi apple candle. It's just like this hint of spicy intensity that just makes it really sharp. It wasn't like, I think it's more of a marketing or naming tactic of like a shock value rather than the candle actually like being, oh my god, this is cayenne caramel, like it's nasty. It's just, no, it's just like caramel that's intensified. There's also reports of like other scents, like some croissant one and like a sea salt popcorn and let's see, malted pistachio truffle. Definitely did not see any of those at all anywhere in the store, so I don't know if that's even like a test scent or what's going on with that, but those were definitely all the scents that I saw was the ones that I just listed. Overall, this collection seems the most promising. I don't know if I'll even pick up the other ones when they come August, but the three that I did pick up I really enjoyed, and I'm glad that they're trying like something new and different with the whole like weird like cayenne or wasabi note. Yeah, it just seems creative and I love the packaging on it. So yeah. The next collection we have is the Pumpkin Cafe collection. I feel like this might come out a little later, closer to October maybe, or September, I don't know. But I got two of the ones in this collection. I'm sad to report that so many of the ones in the Pumpkin Cafe collection are repackaged or returning, what have you. I guess I'll list the ones that I did not buy first, which are like the older ones, which I saw were Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin, which Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin comes out all the time. Do not need it. Let's see, Pumpkin Pecan Waffles. I enjoy this scent, but I have so much from last year that I didn't need to buy it. It smells exactly like it did last year. There was also Pumpkin Cupcake, which is also, what is this, on the third year, which smells like your usual pumpkin cupcake scent that we all know and love. I have extras of those as well, so I did not need to buy a new one. There was also a Pumpkin Caramel Swirl in the store, which is a new name and new label, and super cute label at that. But when I smelled it, it smelled just like Cinnamon Caramel Swirl from last year's holiday tradition, if you remember that. It was like a very cinnamon caramel, sort of standard generic smell. I had it, the burn was bad towards the end. I feel like they can interchange pumpkin and, let's see, cinnamon interchangeably because it's a spice scent. I truly believe that Pumpkin Caramel Swirl is Cinnamon Caramel Swirl repackaged, which was such a bummer for me. There's also a Pumpkin Spice Cider, which I almost picked up, but I put back on the shelf. It was very similar to spice cider, but there was a hint of like a pumpkin smell to it. It was rather pleasant, but it just felt like it was a been there, done that kind of scent that wasn't quite unique, that I really didn't feel like I needed it, which, you know, and there's also other ones that are listed on the internet, which was, let's see, Pumpkin Cinnamon Bun. Definitely did not see that anywhere in the store. So that leaves two more that I did actually pick up, which is Vanilla Pumpkin Marshmallow right here. And this one reads, the comforting sweetness of vanilla combines with a mouth-watering cloud of pumpkin marshmallow. In this one, honestly, I was just really excited about the packaging and the whole newness of it. But now that I smell it, it just smells like Marshmallow Fireside without the fireside. It's just like the straight up marshmallow scent that we know from all of them. Super sweet. It smells like the jet puffed marshmallow like whip, and the marshmallow from Marshmallow Fireside minus the burntness. Whether or not there's pumpkin in there, I'm not really sure. It's just really vanilla-y. There's a hint of like a spice or cinnamon. Whether or not it's pumpkin, once again, I'm not sure. It smells good though. Super sweet, super bakery, super confectionery-ish. It's nice, but once again, it's just like not super unique or blow away. This is the top of the Pumpkin Cafe limited edition 2014. And yeah. And the last one I picked up was Pumpkin Sugar Donut from that collection. And this one reads, fill your home with the fragrance of a freshly baked pumpkin donut made with autumn, sugar, and spice, and everything nice. And super bright orange wax. And also, this is orange instead of yellow like it was here. So it looks like they're changing the colors on it. This is very, 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 very similar to Cinnamon Sugar Donut that we all know and love. It came out of the Sweet Shop collection and also came out so many years ago and returned many times. This smells just like Cinnamon Sugar Donut and Pumpkin Cupcake, like those two fragrances just blended together. It's that pumpkin like buttercreamy smell that we get from Pumpkin Cupcake, and then legit Cinnamon Sugar Donuts candle. Along with the whole greasy, like, actually, like, fried donut smell into it. It legit smells like Pumpkin Cupcake and Cinnamon Sugar Donut just blended together. I like Pumpkin Cupcake and Cinnamon Sugar Donut, so if you like those two scents, this is definitely, like, something that you'll probably be interested in. Once again, it's just not super unique or super brand new just because I feel like it's a blend of two scents that we already know of. So that was the Pumpkin Cafe collection. I usually am a huge fan of pumpkin, but it's just all returning scents. On a side note, I feel like there was Pumpkin Caramel Latte was also returning. I don't know if I said that. Maybe I mixed that up with Pumpkin Vanilla Latte. But Pumpkin Caramel Latte was also there and returning. Smelled exactly like it does every other year. So a little bummed that they weren't more new pumpkin scents. But I guess, honestly, how many ways can you twist pumpkin spice into a different scent? So that was that. And that was actually the end of my haul because the next 2 or 3 collections are complete like repackages and like stuff that it just was unnecessary for me and I didn't need to buy. So there's a Silver Leaf Autumn Nights collection. So like the lids legit have like a big like cute silver leaf like right on there. It like actually protrudes out as like a metal object and super pretty packaging and everything, but a lot of the scents were returning. The list of them is Autumn Nights, which is new, but to me that smells just like Autumn Day / Acorn and Figs, which even though the notes I don't think read that, it said like cinnamon and some other crap on it, but to me that smells just like Autumn Day and Acorn and Fig. I was like, this smells just like figs. I'm pretty sure that was the scent. I was like, I definitely do not need to pick that up because I don't even like Autumn Day. There was also regular autumn that we all know. It's that apple, pomegranate, and like balsam, like pine blend. There was also flannel, which came out last year. It's a cologne scent. That's all I'm going to say about it because it's a cologne scent. There's also Harvest Gathering that also came out last year in 4 ounce. Harvest Gathering is just a very cinnamony and spicy scent. It's sort of generic, definitely don't need it. I have the 4 ounce from last year and I don't need a 3 wick of that. There's also Marshmallow Fireside, which smells like Marshmallow Fireside that we all know. And there was also a Warm Caramel Cider, which was Cider Lane completely repackaged with a new name. It was Spot On Cider Lane. I have no doubt about that being Cider Lane. So that was the Silver Leaf / Autumn Nights collection. Yeah, it was just like totally unnecessary for me. All returning scents. If you haven't tried them, there's a lot of good scents in there, but nothing new that I needed to pick up. There's also a gold lid collection that are already in stores. There's like Cranberry Woods and Fresh Balsam and Sandalwood Citrus that are like legit in the same packaging as they were in the White Barn gold lid form that we saw last year. So I'm not even going to talk about that. And lastly, there's a gold or like bronzy lid with like 4 maple leaves like embossed into the lid itself. It's like some We Love Fall collection, I believe. And that also has pretty much all repackaging. And some of those include Tailgate, which to me, I smelled it. This was a fail test scent from last year that did not make it wide. It smelled like another cologne scent to me, honestly, and I'm just not a huge fan of cologne scents. So I totally passed on that. There was also Sweater Weather, which was in like brown wax, which is totally weird. Sweater Weather is a really nice scent though. It's like a fresh sort of outdoorsy scent, but there's a hint of sweetness to it. I already have the one from last year, so I definitely did not need to pick up the new brown wax version this year. There was also a pumpkin apple repackaging, which was pumpkin apple and red wax, I believe. I already have pumpkin apple from last year, so I don't need that. There's reviews of there if you need to know more about that. It's basically a pumpkin and apple scent. It's like a spicy apple. There was also a salted caramel corn, which is a new name, but that smelled just like salted / salty caramel that's come out multiple times in the past. I really couldn't detect anything else different from it. It smelled just like salted caramel. There was also Green Apple Orchard, which was actually new, and I think it's genuinely new. It's sort of similar to Apple Crumble and Pumpkin Apple in the sense that it's a very like tart, almost Jolly Rancher apple scent. Super bright, borderline sour, but really refreshing and really crisp. It's a nice scent, but it is also sort of generic in the sense that it's just a crisp apple scent. Think like green apples, and I just didn't need to pick that up. There was also Leaves, which we all know. Everyone goes crazy about it. I don't think I need to talk about Leaves, but it comes back every year and everyone raves about it. You can see the other reviews that people have about it. And then lastly, there was something called Autumn Sky, and honestly, I picked this up and I smelled it and put it right back. I don't really know if it was a repackage of anything. It just, to me, it smelled like cologne. And once again, I'm just not into cologne scents, so I put it right back where it was. I don't know if it's a repackage of the other million cologne scents that Bath & Body Works has, but I really, once again, did not need that. And I believe that it is the end of all the fall candles and collections that I saw at the White Barn store. Super long-winded. Thank you so much if you stick with me through this whole way. But yeah, a lot of repackaging, a lot of returning scents, not much newness. The Artisan Collection is probably the one collection that has the most newest scents of all the fall stuff, and that's coming out in August, so that should be here shortly. That excited me the most, and then other than that, it was just like, you know, repackages with a twist. Nothing super unique or standout. Like, I would have loved Chocolate Bacon Cupcake to come back again. That was I really enjoyed that. There was also like Farm Apple Cookie, which came out but hasn't ever seen the light of day again. Blueberry Pumpkin Patch does not seem to be coming back, even though it was here last year, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. Once again, the White Barn store was awesome. I think I was more excited about the SAS spring candles that I scored for $9 on that one Saturday or Sunday towards the end of SAS than I am about the fall candles. And once again, these were buy two get one free rather than 2 for $22, so they did cost quite some more money. But yeah, it's sort of weird because it's like, well, I'm sort of done with fall now, which is for the next like 3 months. I already know what's coming out, and I already own what I really thought was standout. So like, yeah, it's just really weird already having the candles for the next like 3 months or whatever and being like just done with it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hate to be a Debbie Downer or whatever the male equivalent is, but that's pretty much it in terms of my impressions on all the candles. Let me know if you want me to burn one of them or review them or what have you. If you are excited about some of the scents or have more questions about it, definitely let me know in the comments below. And that's pretty much it, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.